What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I have a list of the most extreme dating solutions that you'll ever encounter. Like, honestly, if you have something more extreme, let me know in the comments, but I thought pretty long and hard about this. These are the most extreme things you can do if your dating life is in the gutter. Okay, you can try the self-improvement, you can do basic hygiene, improving your style, getting a haircut, cold approaching, working on your game and charisma. And for 99% of the population, that's going to be more than enough. Like, you do all that shit, you will get a girl, bro. You will improve your dating life. There's no two ways about it. But there are some people who propose these extreme solutions and swear by them. Like, this is the only way you can actually improve everything else's scope. So let's take a look, okay? Let's approach this with an open mind and let's see how extreme these solutions are. I'm basically going to be ranking them from ultimate solution, which means it's actually not that bad. Even though it's extreme, it works very well, all the way down to like, why would you even do this? It's a complete waste. So if you want to see more fun tier lists like this while also improving your dating life, make sure you subscribe and let's get into the video. The first thing we have is cosmetic surgery. So this emphasis on cosmetic surgery for men was purely because of the black pill. Okay, the black pill, it created this emphasis on looks. People started understanding, okay, looks actually matter. It's not just your personality, it's not just your game and your charisma. So people took it to the absolute extreme and said, listen, dude, if you're a sub 5, if you're ugly as shit, maybe surgery is the best thing you could do. Maybe getting a rhinoplasty, double jaw surgery, limb lengthening surgery, all that shit. Now, here's the thing about surgery. First of all, it's a huge risk, right? Surgery could go wrong. Of course, some surgeries are safer than others. Like, if you do rhinoplasty, it's probably not going to be as risky as doing limb lengthening. But surgery in general is extremely expensive. So you have to be rich as fuck to even do these cosmetic surgeries, but it's also extremely risky. Now, of course, with technology advancing, risks are going to be mitigated. But if you consider things from a risk to reward perspective, I'm gonna say cosmetic surgery is a last resort. Honestly, man, like, most of you guys watching this video right now, I promise, like 99.5% of you don't need no damn cosmetic surgery. You actually don't. Like, with a little bit of soft looks maxing, with a little bit of understanding female nature, game, putting yourself out there. I know people are gonna be commenting cope. It's not cope, dude. You know what's cope? Doing surgery before you try all this other shit. Like, why would you jump straight to fucking surgery and spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars reinventing your face and doing all this gay shit that, quite frankly, like, let's be real, cosmetic surgery is a woman thing. Like, if you're a man doing it, you have to be really down bad. Now, I understand hair transplants, if you're balding, having a full head of hair could save your dating life. Sure, I'm not gonna deny that. But just do the basics first. Do the soft looks maxing. Do the natural solutions first. And most of you will see insane results to the point where you're not even going to want to do cosmetic surgery. Like, this is some black pill shit. This is some extreme black pill shit that I think you should save as an absolute last resort. Plus, there's also limits to cosmetic surgery. Like, if you're a 4 out of 10 guy, the most you'll ever get to with cosmetic surgery, even if you do the best ones, is like maybe a 6, and that's a big maybe. You're not gonna go from a 4 to like a 7 or an 8 unless you're like Zeta. I don't know how the fuck he did it. Someone comment down below how Zeta did it, because unless his transformation's fake or he's using like online filters, I don't know how this guy looks so much different than he did before. So props to him if it's real. All right, next up we have steroids. Now, this is a complete why. This is just hilarious, dude. Imagine not appealing to the female gaze, so you realize, oh shit, women don't find me attractive. So then you maximize your male gaze appeal. What the fuck? Like, taking steroids is the lowest possible ROI you could ever do for your dating life. Okay, aside from the health benefits of it cooking your testosterone and causing all these problems like accelerating your balding, accelerating acne, all that shit. You take steroids, even if you don't bald, even if you don't get acne, even if you actually do get the big muscles and shit, it's not going to improve your female gaze. Like, if you weren't pulling before the roids aren't going to make you pull more, okay? It's just pure cope to take steroids in hopes that it improves your dating life. If you're not competing in bodybuilding or have some other reason to take it, don't take steroids. It's the dumbest thing you could do. Next up, we have online identity maxing. Now, this is basically where you max out your online presence to substitute your real life presence. I've seen, guys, you'd be surprised how many guys I've seen, popping in and out of my Discord server who did this. I remember one time I asked all the guys in my community post, by the way, if you're not interacting with the community post, you should go check it out. We have the best community ever. We're all free thinkers. We actually care about truth. So if you're interested in that, read my community post. But anyways, I told guys to send me their DMs with girls so I could like review it. And so many of those DMs were over Discord, where the girl had an anime profile pic, the guy had an anime profile pic. I asked them, yo, how'd you guys meet? He's like, yeah, dude, we met on fucking League of Legends. Like, what? So you guys met online and you've never seen each other's faces before? No, but like, you know, she told me she kind of looks like her profile picture. Like, you see that anime cartoon profile pic? Yeah, she kind of looks like it. I'm sorry, dude, but online identity maxing is a complete crisis. Like, you don't even know if you're talking to a girl. You could be talking to a guy for all you know. Next up, we have exposure maxing. I'm gonna put this at ultimate solution. Nothing beats exposure, guys. Like, here's what you have to understand. No matter how ugly you are, there's always at least one girl in the world who, for some reason, it doesn't have to be rational. It doesn't even make sense from a hypergamy standpoint. She just finds you attractive. Like, you guys remember that one guy who all the black pillars were making fun of for being a sub 5 and like he's ugly? He made a video, my experience being ugly. And as a local ugly person, I'm sure your experience is brutal, right? You're gonna get treated badly by people. People are gonna bully you, make fun of you. But when millions of people saw that video, one girl out of those millions of people who saw reached out to him and they eventually got married. Now, I know black pillars are gonna say, oh, this whole situation is cope, man. Like, she didn't actually marry him. There's ulterior motives. I don't know if there's ulterior motives. I'm not going to look into the situation, but the fact is the guy got married and apparently the girl even got pregnant with his kid. I'm not following the situation, so I don't know, but that just goes to show how powerful exposure is. It doesn't matter how ugly you are, dude. If a million women laid eyes on you, surely there would be a percentage of them, no matter how small, that would like you. The problem is most guys don't even get that much exposure to begin with, right? Of course, being more attractive means you need less exposure, but there's no such thing as too much exposure, guys. Let's actually put this right next to exposure maxing because it ties into it. Being famous is another hack. Like, people are going to say, oh, Danny DeVito, bro. Look at Danny DeVito. He's famous, but he can't pull. Well, the guy's 80 years old, man. Give him a break. And plus, he's married, and he got married after he got famous. So imagine he wasn't famous. Who knows? He might have not even had kids or gotten married. So I'm just saying, being famous is such a hack, especially if you're not completely clapped, right? Like, let's say you're an average guy, you're struggling in dating, and if you become famous, now you're getting more girls than all the local chads that you know. It's just a fact. Like, Ed Sheeran isn't that good looking, but he probably has access and has dated more beautiful women than most chads you know in university. And it's not that extreme. The reason I guess you could call it an extreme solution is because not everybody can be famous. You can't just decide to be famous. There's a lot of things that have to go your way. There's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of talent involved. But hey, man, and by the way, guys, when I say famous, I'm talking about like A-list celebrity famous, not some YouTuber shit, but like genuinely famous where when you walk down the street, everybody knows who you are. This could make a guy who's completely ugly and has nothing going for him suddenly the most attractive guy to women. Next up, we have AI girlfriends. Yeah, this is a last resort, man. This is a complete last resort. And the funny thing is, every post I make, there's always a comment that's like, wait, why are you guys are stressing about women? Why don't you just wait for the robots? That's what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the robots, dude. And then it just makes me think like, this guy's so nonchalant and detached. Like, everybody's out here struggling, women this, women that. This guy's just leaning back in his chair, sipping Kool-Aid, saying, I'm just gonna get the AI girlfriends. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, AI girlfriends are gonna be dangerous because I predict that most men, as soon as these bitches become realistic and you make them act feminine, you program them to cater to the male desire, it's over, bro. Like, 60% of men out the window. Like, it's done. It's already happening now with chatbots. Like, there's guys dating chatbots and shit. So I can't imagine what happens when people start buying physical robots and, you know, placing them in their house. Especially when they make these AI girlfriends bad, it's gonna be a tough one for a lot of women. So all I'm saying is, this is dystopian as hell, because if AI girlfriends were actually a solution, then corn would have been a solution. Fapping would have been a solution. But your body physiologically knows the difference between a real woman and something that's fake and artificial. So I doubt that AI girlfriends are actually going to be like a one-size-fits-all solution for all lonely men. I think they're still going to feel lonely, but I mean, only time will tell. I'm not sure. Next up, we have dating boot camps. So for those of you who don't know what this is, there's a lot of dating coaches online who will host boot camps and charge people thousands of dollars to attend so that they can teach them game in person, so they can go out in field and cold approach together. This is obviously a really extreme solution. It's not as extreme as these two. So honestly, I don't know if I'd put it at decent solution or last resort. because here's the thing, there's a lot of shady, scammy dating coaches. Like, you guys have heard of Yad, right? Everybody knows about the Yad stop. And people were actually paying him to go and run cold approaches with him, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. So imagine paying Yad like $3,000 to teach you the Yad stop.
Sprained my ankle so badly, so the ad approach needs to be readjusted. I'll tell you what, going to a shopping centre, the ad approach can be a bit more softy in there. You look like an expert in presents.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just...
Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, can I just tell you something?
Sorry, I'm on the phone.
Okay. Couldn't get in front of her. My gammy leg. Should have got in front of her. Just complete, like...
But me personally, if Mystery was willing to mentor me and teach me OG game, of course I'm attending, bro. So you can't just say, oh, because it's a dating boot camp, like all these guys are scammers. There are guys who are really at the top of the shit who can teach you a lot of fucking pickup, who can make you really good at it. But like in general, I'd say it's a pretty extreme solution. Last resort. Most guys don't need to go to a dating boot camp. Next up, we have geomaxing. I'm going to put geomaxing a great solution. The thing that takes it down from ultimate is the extent that some guys go to just to improve their dating lives. Like, you're willing to go to a country that's crime ridden, that's drug infested, that has a bunch of problems financially, economically, politically, just to be able to hang with some chicks. Like, to me, geomaxing is really extreme, but I understand why guys do it. Of course, if you leave the US and go to Colombia, your SMV comparatively is going to skyrocket by like 2 or 3 points. So it's obviously a no-brainer that geomaxing works, but it is a tad bit too extreme. Like, I would recommend doing a lot of other things before you consider moving to a whole other country just to get some pussy. Next up, we have escort maxing. Yeah, this is a why. I was gonna put it in last resort, but then I realized like the risks associated with it are too heavy, right? Not only the STIs, but the whole business and industry is just so shady and so much could go wrong. And again, you're not going to be leaving fulfilled, right? It's not really a solution. It's more of a cope. It's like putting a band-aid over a chopped arm. Next up, we have niche maxing. You know, I'm going to say this is a decent solution, dude, because there's a lot of universal dating rules that just don't apply when we're talking about niches. Like, you could be an ugly dude and you have nothing going for you, but because you're involved in this niche, I don't know, League of Legends community, there's probably a girl who's as obsessed with League of Legends as you are, and you guys connect and bond over that, and then somehow you guys start dating and a relationship forms. Or, you know, you love anime, you go to all the anime conventions, and there's a girl who's also like a bit of a nerd, she loves anime too, and you guys kind of mingle. So never underestimate the power of being in a very, very specific niche, because a lot of relationships and couples form off of that. Next up, we have celibacy. I'm going to put celibacy at great solution. Hear me out, okay? It's obviously better than all of these other solutions by far, because at least when you decide to go celibate, people are going to call you a coper. Don't get me wrong. From the outside, people are going to find you weird. You experience a way of living that's extremely unique and that only few people can relate to. Nikola Tesla was a celibate. Isaac Newton was a celibate. Immanuel Kant was a celibate. All of these guys are great men who are going to be remembered for centuries to come. And I think Nikola Tesla once famously said, I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. So even Tesla knows, bro, when you get married, you lose a bit of that spark, you lose a bit of that creativity. But again, I can't put it an ultimate solution, because to be celibate, you need to be cut from a certain cloth to fully renounce lust, to fully renounce pleasure. Lastly, we have arranged marriages. I'm going to say a decent solution. I don't really like this because most arranged marriages are horrible. Like, if you look at the relationship dynamic between the wife and the husband, there's a lot of intimacy being withdrawn. There's a lot of arguments, a lot of hatred and mutual resentment. So actually, I'm going to have to demote it to last resort, because I get it. In some cultures, it's normal for marriages to be arranged, but in my opinion, it takes away a big chunk of the emotional experience that you'd want when you actually, you know, have a partner and stuff. Hopefully you won't have to go down most of these paths. A lot of them are pretty dark and pretty extreme. The majority of people are going to get results by just doing basic self-improvement shit. Like, you don't have to do all of this stuff. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.